lights, camera action. Living in a dream, now my music they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, tried to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Feel like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for life. And I've been magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laugh. Hey, how could you lie to my face? People claim that they be loyal, they be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting that case.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
This is fielded a couple yards deep.
Ready. Go.
On first down, Manning. It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. 8-yard line. A nice pickup on first down, 7 yards. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. They'll run with Barkley. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
I'm laughing because I'm not so sure I would have made this call. I'm not so sure I would have said, yeah, let's go ahead and get this one, especially at this point of the game. But give him credit. He had a feeling and carried it through.
Yeah, that's one where you think, okay, if you're down, 2 minutes left, the ball's near midfield, you go for it. But in this stage, at that part of the field, but like you said, it worked. Here's Manning to throw. He completes it to Julio Jones. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. Manning now on first down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Reggie White, what a force. Got back there for the sack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for third down. Throwing is Manning on third down. On the crossing route, complete. That's Holt. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Manning. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And a return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, this is Jackson. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. Throwing is Mahomes on third. And it's complete to Kelsey. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They'll run with a big man, Bo Jackson. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
From the gun on third down, Mahomes. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. There he goes left side. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They'll start here with Jackson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Mahomes hit. He lost the football.
On plays like this, where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Tucker now to add the point after. And it's good to make it 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And they'll start with great field position at the 4th. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The kicker, Graham Gano, set to put his foot into this one. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
Got it? 54, right there, 54 miles. Drop deep, drop deep. Look at me, zipper, ready?
Manning now on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow.
Let's go!
A huge play there right off the bat. 48 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Working from the gun, Manning. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Allen that time. That'll bring up 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Go.
To throw again, Manning. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Reggie White on the sack there, showing the explosiveness that led him to the Hall of Fame. An extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. Shotgun now for Manning. It's caught. Jones. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 18.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Throwing is Manning. And he whips that one incomplete there. Marcus Allen, the one he was hoping to get in space. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Manning. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now Manning again. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well.
Sometimes you get just a little over-eager defensively when you've got people backed up because the mentality is to attack, take the ball away, or at worst, just keep them backed up there for your own offense. They actually used their aggressiveness against him on that one and hit him big.
Absolutely. Had him pinned on the 2. Not anymore. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Running from the gun, Johnson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First down, Titans, gain of 12. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. Finds his tight end, Ingram. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain.
Check. Lucky.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That's a first down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. We're scoreless after one. Second quarter now, Titans in possession of the football as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. From the gun, a run for Johnson. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. It's Hill, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations.
And the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. And some room to work. And now off to the races, down the right side. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 28 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Gano the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the interception thrown into red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Slam. Watch the ship. Hey,
They'll run on first down. It's Johnson, and he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play. Switch.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. This time, Jackson will throw it. He is going to find Hill here. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Now a pass that's taken in by Hill. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 27 yards. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. And that is the definition of yards after catch. They go short on the pass, and the receiver does the rest.
Seems so harmless, doesn't it? To throw it underneath, a short pass like that. But, boy, it gets dangerous in the hands of the right receiver as he makes a move and takes it the distance.
This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Well, with that incompletion, I want to get your MVP thoughts. Lamar Jackson, he seems to be the leader right now, is he not?
I would agree with that. His team is the hottest team in the league right now.
And then you've got, well, let's think of the others. Dak Prescott, Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
Who else? Christian McCaffrey? This is caught inside the 15. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Julio Jones. 60 yards as they are now on the board here in the first half. Tucker with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. They complete it to Hill. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. A big play there just before halftime. 64 yards. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat. Looking to throw on second down. Jackson. And he's going to go down again. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on third down. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. That one complete to Hill. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Tyreek Hill in the final seconds of the first half. And the Titans are able to extend their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff. You don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Time remaining for likely one final play. You're on your side of the field, but, you know, heck, maybe you throw one up 50-plus yards, see what happens.
Don't forget.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. This one fielded at the 5. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And an alley to run. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's a first down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10. All right, CD, let's look ahead to Week 12. The week before Thanksgiving, hard to believe some big games. It started Thursday night, Colts-Texans, to decide who would go ahead in that division, but also Seahawks-Eagles, a game that you're going to be doing. That's a big one.
It's a monster one, and if you look at the Eagles' record, you would think they absolutely have to have it. But in the end,
David Johnson on his way. 20, 10, 5, touchdown Titans. David Johnson, 62 yards. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Well, those first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Let's go.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, Manning. It's caught. Lockett. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Again, it's Manning. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Ryan Shazier got in that time, the 1st-round pick of 2014.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
He's going deep for Brown. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did. Playing skills. Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch 'cause you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating 'cause ice on the wrist. My bitch, you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, When the not saving, You be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist, on the wrist, on the wrist. Watch out, cuz I never switch, I never switch, I never switch, I never switch. Ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist,
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our 2 quarterbacks, certainly 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. This one fielded at the 5. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
No, 319. Hey, let's get in now. Let's get in now.
6 times he went over 1,000 yards. Here's Clinton Portis. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll go right back to the ground with Portis. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Rodgers drops this one off to Portis. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
I know it was a game, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
18 big yards on that one, and a New England first down. Here's Portis. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses. I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. 8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is third down. Here's Rodgers. He can run for it, and he will. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him the first. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a carry for Portis. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Throwing now is Rodgers. That one complete to Okoye. It'll be a gain of 6, and just like that, it's third down. Now Rodgers. Looking for Gronkowski, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the 13-time Pro Bowler Ray Lewis. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Gronkowski, the intended receiver.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Here's Jackson to throw. And a first hookup with his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Jackson, option right. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's second down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. No score after 1 on EA Sports. On second down and 4. Jackson steps away to his left. And he fires one incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
In your face.
Jackson. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here's Jackson. Flush to his... And a big loss here as he's taken down. Anthony Barr. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
319. Push him back.
A run with Portis. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. A 13-yard touchdown run as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Well, that drive felt like it took up an eternity, and we finally have some action on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but plenty of action prior to, because that drive took up all the first quarter before we spilled into the second, and finally, points were registered.
On the other sideline, they're chomping at the bit just to get the football. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the second down pass play only went for 2. Now Jackson. And some space here. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard.